Yeah, y'all know who it is and y'all know what it is. What up, family? Welcome back to the channel. It's episode 8 of the underrated and hated podcast show with yours truly, Moosetalkshoops. I'm on here live with my brother from another mother, Sokrazytv. Shout out to Sokrazytv. Go subscribe to Sokrazytv. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know it's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them. We got a great one for you guys this afternoon and got a lot to talk about around the NBA. We're going to get right into it. My man Doc Rivers throwing his team under the bus after their second bad loss on back-to-back nights. They went down to the Wizards. Then last night they go down to the Grizzlies on the road. We're going to get into some Knicks news as they get the worst news possible heading into the playoffs, and they'll be hitting off their playoff start without one of their best players, Julius Randle, as we find out he's going to need season about the two-time, one-time NBA champion, MVP, and Finals MVP, Nikola Jokic. Stay tuned, hit that like button, and share the video. Sokrazytv, holla at them. What's up, brother?
What's good, bro? What's up, everybody, man? Hey,
How you
man,
doing,
listen, let's
man?
talk. I'm doing good, brother. How you doing, man?
Man,
Let's
I
let's
can't
talk about
complain,
it, man.
bro. And we're
Let's
gonna talk
talk
about it,
about
man.
it.
First of all, shout outs to the chat. You already know my man Daniel Berry Sports Highlight is in the building. Hit that like button to share the video. Shout out to G Money in the chat. Hit that like
Salute,
button
man.
and share the video, man. Let's get right into it, man. We've been talking about the Bucks. They've been looking real funny in the light. We've been talking about them a lot lately and talking
Mm-hmm.
about their playoff chances. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yesterday we had a crazy stream. A lot of
Crazy,
people, a lot of people was going back and forth. We was going back and forth. The fellas from the Discord was going back and forth on
man.
if the Bucks can make it to win a championship. But question is, are they even gonna get to the conference finals?
Right,
And
right,
last
right.
night, right on cue, they take another ugly loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, who've had a record 35 different players wearing jerseys for them this season. And after the game, your boy, Doc Rivers, lit into his team through the media,
Right.
calling out his players, calling out his staff, calling out the team staff, even the travel personnel, and saying
Mm-hmm.
there's a lack of professionalism when it comes onto the road. He says when they lose road games, he's the only one that's unhappy. Guys is smiling, guys is happy after the game. And
Mm-hmm.
truth is, the Bucks are 500 since the hiring of Doc Rivers. But I know what you got a problem with, so I'm gonna let you go speak on that problem that you got with Doc Rivers' comments. So crazy
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Holla at me.
So like we know he's a championship coach, right? We know he won a championship, and if he's saying that everybody's like he's the only one that's unhappy, right? But it's not right to throw your team under the bus without taking accountability as a coach as well, because they were doing good record wise. You know what I'm saying? Without you, and then you joined the team, and now they're 15-15. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be some accountability. But at the end of the day, man, losing to the Memphis Grizzlies twice, and who else did they lose to? They
The
lost to
Washington Wizards before that,
yeah, man, come on, man.
back to back
That's
nights.
nasty, bro. That's nasty. And I'm telling you, bro, the only one that's actually really hooping for them is Giannis, bro. Giannis is the only one being consistent over there, bro.
Nah,
And
facts. That's facts.
last game it showed, man. Last game it showed. Even though yeah, Brook Lopez had a nice game, but it's like, bro, it's only two people that show up for them, bro. And Bobby Portis always shows up for them. So it's like in the starters, you always get 2 players that's showing up, and then the bench you might get 1 or 2 people, but that's not enough, man. It's not enough. You need the whole team to be playing well.
Nah, facts. You all the way
And it's
right,
like,
bro.
bro, like, and as a coach, I feel like he needs to take accountability as well, bro. Because I mean, Adrian Griffin had like one of the best records, right?
Yeah, I
Going
mean
up to
he had
until
a
he
top
got
10
fired.
record. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I get that Nahari came in here yesterday and was like, "Oh, we're just looking at the record." I mean, bro, record don't lie. Numbers don't lie, though, bro. If we're looking at it and they're actually playing well in the top seedings, and it's like, come on, bro. And they're only in the top because the East is weak, man. Let's be honest, bro. It's not like the West. The West, we got the Houston Rockets all
Nah,
the
facts.
way
That's
at
all the way
10,
facts.
and they're a 500 team. So like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
it's a lot going on with the Bucks, man. I'm concerned, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Facts.
concerned about their defense. I'm concerned about, and they have old veterans, bro. And so I don't think they have enough, man. They got old pieces. I mean, yeah, they could play well, but are they gonna play well consistently in a 7 game series against a top team? That's my concern because they can't
Facts.
beat the Celtics, bro. I don't see them being the Celtics in a 7 game series, bro. Just
I
like you
don't,
said,
bro.
right? Just like you said, in order to beat the Celtics, you have to beat them twice, bro, at their crib, and they only lost 3 games this season at home. So nah, man, I don't see it, bro. They need to change something. I don't know if they can, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Let's
definitely
see until
a bro. Like
right.
I look
Mm,
at the numbers and I'm playing the math game for a team that only lost 3 home games all year. And for you to win a series, it's going to at least take you to win 2 games at their crib. I don't see it possible, and I don't see it possible with this specific group with the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, I don't care if the roster is healthy. I know Daniel's been out. Last night, I think Pat Beverly was out for them as well. Maybe Chris
mm,
Middleton as well. I got to double check that. They had a few guys out last night as well. But still, that's not an excuse. I
no,
talked about this yesterday on the stream. You lost to the Washington Wizards with a bunch of nobodies putting up hella numbers. You know what I mean? You come in
right.
you come in the following night and you think it's going to be a cakewalk against the Grizzlies. No, the Grizzlies are a bunch of young guys. They got a bunch of 10-day contracts. They got a bunch of minimum contracts. Guys that's trying to earn a living in the NBA. Guys that's fighting for their NBA lives. So you just can't think we're the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to roll into Memphis and just miraculously show up and get a win. It don't work like that, my brother. These
Yeah,
guys are
no,
in the NBA for a reason, and if you ain't on your toes, they gonna come in there and they gonna bust your butt. And that's
right.
what
Facts.
happened with the Memphis Grizzlies last night and the Washington Wizards the night before that. And I kind of feel where Doc Rivers is coming from because he's looking at it like we got a team where the 2 superstars, this is their first year playing together. We got a
Hmm.
team where I'm taking over the team halfway through the year. We got a team that's trying to learn my system, and he doesn't feel the guys and the team is not taking it serious enough. And we're a week and a half, 2 weeks away from going into the playoffs. You know what
Right.
I mean? So Doc Rivers is looking at it from that standpoint. But in the end, Doc Rivers, what are you doing to hold those guys accountable? Don't tell us about it. Don't tell the media about it. Tell those guys in the locker room. Don't talk to them through the media.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I'm the type
right.
of person like, man, don't tell somebody else about me. Come tell me about me. You know what I mean?
I
If you got
feel
an
you.
issue with what I'm doing, don't go running over here and be like, oh, Moose over here doing this and doing it. No, come tell me what you got an issue with me about. Come hold me accountable face to face. And Doc Rivers, on top of that, look in the mirror sometimes. I know you're an accomplished head coach, but you got to look in the mirror sometimes. What can you do better as a head coach? You're in charge of all of this. You're in charge of all of this. You can't just sit up at the post game press conferences with your hand on your chin, just like in the thumbnail, and just blame everybody else every time things go awry for your team. You know what I mean? You got to hold yourself accountable as well, man. You got to hold yourself accountable as well, man. So that's my take on it.
Facts.
Doc Rivers is he got to hold himself accountable as well, man. You got to look yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, look, we're trying to make a postseason run. We're trying to make a championship run." At the beginning of the season, before I got here, this team had expectations of championship or bust. I come here, it's still championship or bust. We got to get things done, and we got to work on how we're going to get things done. And for Doc
Facts.
Rivers to call his team out in the media this late in the year, I don't think that's a great idea. You got a veteran group of guys. You got guys that's been there and done that. I'm sure you could hold them accountable in the locker room, away from the media, away from people like us, and handle y'all business. And Doc Rivers, on top of that, look yourself in the mirror and see what you could do better and how you can hold these guys accountable more better. Because at the end of the day, you're not just the coach, you're the head coach. You're at the head
Right.
of all. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, bro. I don't know what they do though, bro. I don't know, bro. Maybe when Dame healthy, come back. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. But I don't know at this point, bro. I gotta see some more. Maybe they're just playing like this at the end of the season. I don't know. That may be a case, or we just gotta see, man. I really can't say anything about the Bucks right now. They've been playing horrible lately, and yeah, I just gotta keep watching them and see what they do.
Now
Uh,
we're gonna see. You know what I mean? A lot of
mhm.
guys were saying yesterday, well, let's just wait till the playoffs start, and it's gonna be we can't judge them until the playoffs. Well, all right. All I'm saying is all these little signs that we're seeing, these losses, Doc Rivers, what he's saying in the media, guys not showing up. Giannis dominating night in, night out. Guys not being able to follow him along. Dame not playing up to expectations. He's out with injury. You don't know who's going to show up off the bench. They're hot. They're cold. All of this is a precursor and a recipe for a playoff disaster. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you guys, if this team flames out in the earlier rounds and doesn't even get to a conference finals, then you guys are gonna be looking for excuses then. The proof
Oh
is
no
in the
no.
pudding. The proof
Right
is in
right.
the pudding, and the recipe for disaster is already been laid out. If you look closely at this team, you can see the ingredients for a playoff disaster coming ahead, man.
Yeah,
Hopefully
you
not
can.
for the Bucks' sake. Hopefully not. You know what I mean? I'm not wishing that on them, but I'm seeing some signs that I don't like that tell me
Hmm.
that they might be headed for an early round exit in the playoffs, man.
Shoo. If they man, nah. 2 years in a row, you get exited like that? Nah, this that's unacceptable, bro. You can't, especially when you got Dame and Giannis. They got to figure out, man. Stars figure it out. Great players figure it out. So they got to figure it out, and that's all I can say about the Bucks, bro. hmm
I
You got
mean,
a
yeah, I mean,
championship coach. You got a championship star. You know what I'm saying? They got to figure it out, bro.
a
There's no
lot of teams,
excuses.
a lot of teams would be blessed to have what the Bucks have. A lot
hmm
of teams would be blessed to have a Giannis Antetokounmpo, a Doc Rivers, a Damian Lillard, a guy like Bobby Portis coming off your bench, a guy like Chris Middleton, a guy like Pat Beverly. A lot of teams would be blessed to have that situation. So nobody's gonna feel sorry for the Milwaukee Bucks. Doc Rivers, nobody cares that they're not taking it serious. You should care that they're not taking it serious. And you should be letting them know, not the media know, not us know, especially this late in the season, especially if you guys are trying to win a championship. You know what I mean? Keep
Right.
that stuff in house, is what I'm saying. You know what I
hmm
mean? Keep that stuff in house, especially the way you guys haven't been playing well, the way you've been a 500 team since your arrival, Doc Rivers. You know what I mean? You got guys out with injury on top of that. You're trying to right the ship. You're trying to get everybody on one page. You're trying to be playing the right brand of basketball going into the because people always forget this. You always want to be hitting your stride as you're going into the playoffs. You don't want
Fact.
to be in the playoffs trying to find your stride, trying to find your rhythm. You're trying to be playing your best basketball of the season right now.
You got a
Right now,
point.
going into the playoffs, and it's usually the hottest teams that go on the runs in the playoffs and win the championship. We've seen it a lot. We've seen it with the Warriors in 2022. We've
Mm-hmm.
seen it with the Denver Nuggets last year. You know what I mean? It's always that team that gets hot late. So we'll see what happens with the Milwaukee Bucks. I know Doc Rivers, he has a lot of experience coaching in the NBA, playing in the NBA, and I can tell from his comments last night he doesn't like what he's seeing. But this is why you get paid the big bucks, Doc Rivers. You got to
Right.
figure it out. You the head coach. You got to figure it out, my guy.
He has to, and if they don't figure it out, that's gonna stain his legacy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it falls on him, because he
Mm-hmm.
already has a narrative out there about him. You know
He
what I mean?
does.
He already has he's gonna take the brunt of the blame. You know what I mean? Giannis is not gonna get the brunt of the blame. Dame Lillard, who's been able to escape criticism for most of his career, is not gonna get the brunt of the blame. Doc Rivers is the low hanging fruit. He's the easy target.
Mm-hmm.
So if things don't go right for the Milwaukee Bucks, especially with the way he was hired and how Adrian Griffin was fired, a lot of the fingers are going to be pointing at Doc Rivers, and he knows that.
Yeah, I feel like Giannis too. If they don't get it done,
Yeah,
feel
I
like it'll
hope
be on
so.
Giannis too.
I hope so, but you know what I mean. He seems to escape a lot of accountability as well. So I don't see Giannis getting
Mm-hmm.
getting a lot of blame for this, especially if he keeps playing the way he has. He's been having a great, amazing season. So Giannis can sit back and say, "Hey, look at my numbers. I've been doing my job." You know what I mean?
Facts, facts. But he needs to explain the coaching shit. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Three coaches you wanted gone, bro.
You know what I
That's
mean?
that, bro. They're paying all three coaches, bro.
But
That's
you,
why they
you
can't get
think
nobody.
you think the media in Milwaukee or the NBA media is gonna blame Giannis, or are they gonna blame the easy target Doc Rivers?
They're gonna blame the easy target, the Dame and Doc Rivers.
So you know what I mean? That's and I feel like Doc Rivers knows that. And to
Yeah,
me, that's why I always say it confused me for Doc Rivers to take this job.
right,
It honestly did. I didn't see any benefit in Doc Rivers taking this job. You
right,
know what I mean?
right. But they don't play good defense, Moose. They're
They
like
don't.
they're like mid on defense, bro.
And
So
last
it's
night
like,
missing the players that they were missing. They were terrible on offense too. Outside of Giannis and Brook Lopez, who's been
yeah.
playing bad lately, but actually showed up for them last night.
Are they even deep enough, bro? Are they a deep team? Do they have a good bench? Like,
I
you
don't
know what
think
I'm
so.
saying? Those are the pieces, bro. Those, I mean, they're top. I think they're like top 15. They're top 10 in offense. I know that, but they're like 15th, 16th in defense. And I don't even think their bench is good enough besides like three pieces. You know what I'm saying?
I
And they
don't.
don't they don't play the young guys, bro. They don't. The young guys just sit. They're on the bench. So it's like you're not using your bench, you know?
Yeah, I
And
don't.
it's
I
like in the
don't. I don't trust.
playoffs, you need a squad, bro. You need a team that's locked in together. And that's another thing, the chemistry with this team. They don't have chemistry. They're going through chemistry issues, coach issues. It's like it's a lot of issues, bro. A lot of red flags.
Yeah, man, and that's what I mean. Those red flags, like a lot of people keep telling me, like, "Oh, you got to ignore that. Wait for the playoffs to come." Like, no,
Right.
this team got a lot of red flags screaming at me. I'm not about to ignore that
Right.
because in the playoff basketball is all about a team exposing your weaknesses, whether that be individually or as a team. You know what I mean? If
Hmm.
you're a bad 3-point shooting team, teams are going to make you shoot 3-pointers. If you're a bad transition defense team, teams are going to be pushing the ball in transition on you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's
Facts.
all it is. Playoff basketball. If you got a player on the court that can't shoot, teams is going to be giving him wide open shots. You know what I mean? It's just that's
Hmm.
playoff basketball. It's exposing your weaknesses and telling the other team you're gonna have to beat us with your weakness. We're gonna take away everything you do good away from you. That's what we're gonna prepare for. That's what we're gonna study, and that's what we're gonna game plan. We're gonna take away your best player. We're gonna take away what your best player wants to do, likes to do, what he's good at. You're gonna have to beat us with your weakness. And for me, there's too many glaring weaknesses for the Milwaukee Bucks that I don't see them winning the championship. And I
Yeah.
don't really see, and I won't be surprised. Let me correct this. I will not be surprised if they don't make it to an Eastern Conference Finals.
I won't be surprised too, bro. Just like I told the other guy yesterday, they could lose to the Heat, bro. The Heat got smoke for them. The Heat got, bro, something about Jimmy, bro. He got smoke for the Celtics, and he got smoke for the Bucks. So it's like, bro, nah, man. They got to figure that out, bro. I don't know, man, what they do, but you can't take the Heat lightly if you're the Bucks, and and the Celtics, they're number one. So it's like you right. They may get knocked out in the second round
Yeah, I
and
mean,
may not
nothing's
make
going
it.
to surprise me.
How about the Sixers though?
Even the
That'll be a
Sixers,
good
they have a
series if
chance
they're
to face
healthy though.
off. They
The
have a chance
only
to face off with the Bucks in the first round. You know what I mean? There's nothing that's out of
right.
the picture. You know what I mean? Especially looking at the
Hmm.
standings, like you know what I mean. You got the Pacers 7-8, Bulls and Hawks 9-10. You know what I mean?
Facts.
The Heat are currently in sixth place. You know what I mean? So you could mess around. You could mess around as the Bucks and play the Pacers, who have beaten you numerous times this year. They've had your number.
Hmm.
The Pacers have had the Bucks number in the regular season. Let's call it what it is. In the in season tournament semifinals as well. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean? The
Right.
76ers with Joel Embiid now coming back with a Tyrese Maxey, with the way Nick Nurse has the rest of that team playing, there's no guarantees for Milwaukee's going to win a first round series.
Mm.
You know, especially with what they've put on tape right now. Like I said, they got a lot of glaring red flags, and people are saying, "Oh, wait to the playoffs, wait to the playoffs." Like every team doesn't just have a magical switch that says, "Okay, we're in the playoffs now. Let's turn this switch on," and now all their weaknesses are gone. All issues that they were having is gone. It don't work like that, man. And playoff basketball, you're gonna go up against coaches. You're gonna go up against teams where all they're gonna do is gonna force you to beat you playing your exposing your weakness.
Yeah.
Can you beat
Facts.
us? Can you beat us with your weakness? That's playoff basketball.
They're gonna make the Bucks shoot, man.
So it's gonna be real interesting to see. We'll see what happens, man. Um, Another team that they could face second round. You know what I mean? Possibly the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks. They have a world of issues now. We know Julius Randle
Hmm.
went down with that shoulder injury. It was a tough blow to the New York Knicks. And make sure y'all smashing that like button and sharing the video, man. The New York
Facts.
Knicks took a tough blow. Julius Randle, when he first went down with that injury, we talked about it on the channel. He went the rehab route, hoping to come back before the season ended and be ready for the playoffs. Rehab didn't really work out for Julius Randle. And now towards the end of the season, with just a few games left in the season, Julius Randle has decided to go ahead and get shoulder surgery, and that puts an end on his season. And who knows if he'll be ready in time for the start of next season? Hopefully, he will. But his playoff season is over. His regular season is over. The Knicks have been having a great season so far. Julius Randle has been out for them the past couple of months. They've slid in the standings a little bit. They're in the fifth seed right now. You got Jalen Brunson, who's playing MVP caliber ball. OG Ananobi's had his own injury issues They're getting Mitchell Robinson back. You got Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, who's been playing well for them. They had to trade for Bogdanovich. You know what I mean? The
Right.
Knicks got pieces, but without Julius Randle, who you call a playoff dropper, we've seen him not show up in playoffs before. They still could have used Julius Randle for this playoff run, and I was excited to see if he was going to exercise some of those playoff demons, you know what I
Right.
mean, this season, but he won't get that chance as he gets season ending shoulder surgery and is out for the year. How do you feel about that, So Crazy TV?
Yeah, man. He needs to get healthy, bro. He needs to get healthy, and I want to see him redeem himself. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him like actually cook in the playoffs. But we're gonna have to see, man. I don't know what the Knicks are gonna do. I just want to watch and keep watching and seeing what they're gonna do. I like Mitchell Robinson though. He's a solid big. But yeah, just like you said, they could use Julius Randle. If he was healthy and coming back to the playoffs. But I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see next year then. You know.
Yeah, definitely, man. He was having a great season. You know what I mean? He was
Hmm.
having a great season, all star season before his injury to the shoulder. He was playing great ball for the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? Took a nasty hit in that game where you know what I mean. It was a prime time Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, I believe, game where he
Hmm.
where he got injured in that shoulder, and I knew how it looked then because I had a similar injury on my left shoulder before. You know what I mean? I seen how that shoulder was looking. I was like, it don't look too good. And
Right.
you guys could check my videos on my channel where people were saying, "Oh, he's only going to be out a few weeks. He's only going to be out a month and a half." I was like, "No way possible." I seen how that shoulder looked. I had my own shoulder injury where it looked exactly like that, and that was years ago, and I still feel pain in that shoulder. You know what I mean?
Right. I
I
feel that.
knew he was going to need surgery on that shoulder, and he went the rehab route. You know, he probably should have just straight up went that shoulder route. I mean, the surgery route instead of the rehab route. But he was hoping to come back for the playoffs, hoping to, you know what I mean, save his season. But you know what I mean, shoulder surgery was inevitable, and that puts a wrap on his season, bro. And to me,
Fact.
honestly, that puts a wrap on the Knicks. I mean, I like the Knicks. I like what they got, but without a guy like
Yeah, they
Julius
got a
Randle, you know what I mean?
yeah
Without
they
a
got
guy
a
like
solid
Julius
squad.
Julius Randle, a guy that you know what I mean. Even though he's a playoff dropper, you know what I mean. Last year in the playoffs, I didn't like his performance. I didn't like the way he was just chucking. I didn't like him losing his confidence in the playoffs last year.
I
It
don't know
was
why he
clear
does that though. I don't know why he
it was
does that.
clear he lost confidence during that series, bro. Like it was a lot of times in that Cavs series, it was a lot of times in that Heat series where he just didn't look confident. He didn't believe in himself. He didn't believe in his game. You know what I mean? It looked like his confidence kept going down with every bad shot, every bad miss that he took. So I was really looking forward for Julius Randle, you know what I mean, to redeem himself this year and have a big playoff and help this Knicks team. And I think with him being on this version of the Knicks with the pieces they already had, including OG Anunoby, if he's going to be healthy as well for the playoffs, I thought the Knicks can make some noise. I definitely thought they were better than the Cavs. I definitely thought they were better than the Magic. I definitely thought they were better than this version of the Heat. And I definitely thought they were better than this version of the
Mm,
Pacers. But now I really don't like their chances.
yeah, I
And who
don't
knows?
either, bro.
They'll
I
be
don't
they'll
either.
be they'll be in a dog fight if they play the Magic in the first round. They'll be in a dog
Oh
fight.
yeah.
They might win in seven, but if you're in a 4 or 5 seed and you win a dog fight 7 game series with the Magic, then you get congratulated by playing the number one seeded Celtics. So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
they
don't I
gotta
don't
they
really
gotta
like that.
avoid the Celtics, man. They gotta avoid the Celtics.
I don't really like that for the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? I thought they were going to have a
Hmm.
great season. You know what I mean? With Julius Randle, it sucks for him. I was hoping he could exercise his demons, but you know what I
Hmm.
mean? It is what it is for the Knicks, and that might be all she wrote on their season, bro. How you feel about that?
Right, but if Mitchell Robinson comes back, right, and Jalen Brunson, let's just say he's gonna keep it up, right, because he has playoff experience, right, with the Mavericks. Um, I think he's gonna play well, but do you think they can, do something with Mitchell Robinson coming back?
I
And
mean,
can they win a first round series? It just depends who they match up with to
it
me.
it really does. Like, I really think they can. You know what I mean? But I think any like the first round series, if they do win it, whether it be they face the Cavs again from last year, if they play the Magic, whichever one of those teams, I feel like it's still gonna be a dogfight. It still might be a 7 game series. You know what I mean? Especially
Hmm.
the Magic. You know what I mean? The Cavaliers, I really don't believe in them as much as I used to. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
had faith in the Cavaliers a little bit last year. Then you know what I mean? The comments from Jared Allen in the postseason last year where he said the lights were too bright. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
really like
he's
how the
tripping.
team is built for real. And I don't like what they did last night against the Phoenix Suns. You know what I mean? I know you might have watched a little bit of that game. I watched a little
Hmm.
bit of that game, well,
Fact.
with the Cavaliers taking on the Phoenix Suns. I didn't like the way they played defense against the Suns last night. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I just something about that Cavaliers team. It don't sit right with me. So I feel like the Knicks could either get a
Facts.
6 game, 7 game series win against the Cavaliers if they face off, or get a 7 game series win against the Orlando Magic. But beyond that,
Man,
I
that'll
think
be a
that's
dog fight, bro.
yeah. I mean, I think that's where the road stops for the New York Knicks. Unfortunately, this year, bro.
I mean, it's all good though. They got good pieces. They'll have Randall coming back next season. So I mean, they're not gonna win a championship. So
They're not,
I
and
mean, so it's like just do the best you can. Let's see how far y'all could get.
and honestly, they're in a great position. They don't have to keep Randall. They could shop Randall this summer. You know what I mean? I
Right.
know I know the New York Knicks, they want to go big fish hunting. You know what I mean? They want a big name, they want a star, you know what I mean? There's people available out there, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, is Julius Randle your long-term quote unquote star, either 1A or 1B with Jalen Brunson? Is Julius Randle that? He doesn't get a chance to show you that this postseason, and what you've seen from him last postseason was he was a playoff dropper. If I'm to use your words, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's true though, man.
And so the
It's
Knicks gonna
true.
have to
I
have
don't know what
faith.
he be thinking in his head, or I don't know, man. It's just like he doesn't play the same. He's not aggressive enough. You know what I'm saying? He
Facts,
just be
facts.
chucking, and it's like, I mean, his shots don't go in, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said earlier, I didn't like the fact that he lost confidence in himself. So, excuse me, Leon Rose, the Knicks front office, they're going to have to ask themselves some questions about Julius Randle. You know what I mean? Especially with
Facts.
him being out with shoulder surgery, he ain't going to get to show you what he could do in the postseason this year. The Knicks want to go big game hunting. They want a big name. They want a big fish. You know, you can always use Julius Randle's contract with that to help you guys out. I know you guys got draft picks, you know what I mean, in the stash, and I know you guys got money, and you got a playoff team to work with. So let's see if New York is going to be an attractive place for a superstar or a budding superstar or another all-star caliber level player that's better than what Julius Randle is. So we're gonna see, man.
Yeah, facts. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see who they get.
For
Um,
real, man. Before we move
mhm.
on, shout out to my man True the King TV.
Yeah, shout
Salute
out
to
to
you,
him.
bro. Shout out to I'm a Casual. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all smashing that like button and
Fact,
sharing the video.
facts.
Go ahead, So Crazy TV. I didn't mean to cut you off, Brody.
No, I was gonna say, the stream that True had, man, they was spitting, boy. They was going off, bro.
Yeah,
Salute to
shout
True
out,
though,
shout out
man.
to True the King TV, man. Appreciate
Fact.
whenever you stop by and rock with us, man. I was on the stream yesterday that he had going on for a little bit. You know, I had to pop in, pop out. I had a lot of stuff going on. But shout out to
Fact.
True the King TV. Shout out to I'm a Casual tuning in too. Make sure y'all smashing that like button and sharing the video. And I want to move on. I want to segue into this So Crazy TV.
What's
This
up?
got a lot of people's feathers all in a ruffle. Your man Gilbert Arenas from the Gilbert Arenas podcast was on the nightcap show with your boy Shannon Sharp last night, and he had a take. He had a take that made headlines today and had a lot of people's panties in a bunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the clip, and we're gonna listen to the clip, and I'm gonna let you decide. Let me know if you can hear it.
All right.
Hold on, let me get this together for it. I do understand when they say this about Jokic. Jokic is probably statistically, when it comes to overall game, the worst MVP winner. He is the worst MVP winner in the last 40 years. Why do you say that? When you're talking about MVP, the guys outside of first and second place, their teams was first and second place. The people who won the MVP, their teams was first and second. When now I do understand. All right, now I'm gonna see if I can find the rest of that clip. But that
Yeah.
was Gilbert Arenas on the Nightcap podcast with Shannon Sharp last night, and he got a lot of people in their feelings today because he said specifically the 2022 version of Nikola Jokic that won the MVP that season. And I believe the Nuggets were a 6th seed that year, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, in the West, 10th seed overall in the league. They had the 10th best record in the league. And Nikola Jokic won MVP that season for his
Right.
second time. And he says that was the worst MVP winner in the last 40 years. And I was on the record as saying this. I might get a lot of flack for this too. But I was on the record saying that Nikola Jokic did not deserve the MVP in 2022.
Mm.
That was just my feeling. So to hear Gilbert Arenas, I know he's gonna get cooked for it, but there's a meme that I like that I always see on Twitter. Just because you get cooked on Twitter for something doesn't mean you're wrong. And Gilbert Arenas might get cooked for this opinion, but in reality, that doesn't mean he's wrong, in my estimation. Now, I might get cooked for that as well, but I'm with
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas. I'm not gonna say he's the worst MVP in the last 40 years. I just
Yeah.
don't I just don't feel like he was deserving of that MVP that year, especially him being in the 6th seed. And Gilbert's take was for a guy not to be on a number 1 team, a number 2 team, a number 3 team in the league and win MVP, he's
Mm-hmm.
had to do something legendary or historical. And Gilbert Arenas brought up the fact that when Russell Westbrook won MVP,
That's
it
what I
was
was just about to say. Mm-hmm.
it was something historical. He had averaged a triple double for the first time since Oscar Robertson. Nobody had seen it. When Michael Jordan won his MVP, I believe his first one, it was historical because he led the league in scoring, was the defensive player of the year, led the league in steals. You know what I mean? He had a historic type season. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I feel
So
that.
that's what Gilbert was saying. So him saying he's the worst, that version of Nikola Jokic, the 2022 version, was the worst MVP in the last 40 years. I'm not going to go that far, you know what I mean? But I did personally believe that he shouldn't have won the 2022 MVP. Now, a lot of people might give it to him because Jamal Murray wasn't there and they still ended up a 6th seed in the Western
Yeah.
Conference. You know what I mean? But Gilbert was saying, like, there was nothing legendary or historical about Jokic's run in 2022, and he doesn't feel like he should have won the MVP. But he went extreme measures and said that that was the worst MVP in 40 years. How you feel about it? So crazy T.
Yo, I get it about the seeding. I get it, bro. You know, but I wouldn't call him the worst, bro. He's putting up numbers. And while Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray were injured, he was holding the fort down, bro. He was
No
holding the
facts.
fort down, putting up those numbers. Man, I wouldn't go that far though. I wouldn't say he's the worst MVP, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't go
Just
that
cause
far.
just cause his team wasn't number one, that's crazy. And when the team was healthy, he showed that his team can be number one, and they won an NBA Finals. So
Yeah, the
nah,
following
man.
season, correct.
Gil, he be saying some shit to get some clicks. He be saying some shit, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't
But
think he was gonna go that far.
I
I
kind
didn't
of
think he was
get
gonna go that far, bro.
right. I kind of get what he's saying, but it's like he's taking it out of context a little bit by not showing Jokic some love for not having his teammates healthy, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean the Nuggets were not healthy at all that year. You know what I mean? And I think, like I said, I think they finished sixth that in 2022. No Michael
Mm-hmm.
Porter Jr., no Jamal Murray. You know what I mean? He had guys like what's his name playing a lot of minutes. What's his name? Point guard. I think he's on the Wizards
Mm.
now. Either
I
he's
don't know.
Monte
Will
Morris.
Barton? Oh,
Monte
Monte
Morris.
Morris. Okay.
Monte Morris was playing a lot of minutes for them. So, but me personally, man, I didn't like the MVP choice in Jokic that year. I may be a hater, even though he put up great numbers, 27 points, damn near 14 rebounds, damn near 8 assists. You know what I
Right.
mean? And had his team in the sixth seed in the West without two of his top guns. You know what I mean? That's highly commendable. But you know what I mean? To go as far as he's the worst MVP in the past 40 years, that version of Jokic, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man,
Let me open up the lines. Go.
he nearly put a triple double up, man. And he was doing it for like what, 4 years, bro? Nearly triple doubles, and it's like we haven't seen a big that can do that.
And that's what Gilbert was saying. Gilbert was saying he only got the MVP because people hadn't seen a big put up nearly a triple double. And that's crazy because I know you didn't see that part of the clip, but that was exactly what he said. He used those words. Crazy part is he used
Right,
those
right.
words.
And Russell Westbrook winning the MVP, I get it, you know. He deserved it because the triple double. We never seen anyone do that since Oscar Robertson. So Gil just be saying some hot shit so he can get people to click. You know,
No, I
that's
feel
how I
you. I
feel.
feel you. I feel you.
That's
Like, I
how I
mean, me
feel.
personally, like I said, I didn't like that choice for MVP. I'm not mad at it. I wasn't
Hmm.
mad at it then. Just because I didn't personally like it doesn't mean I was mad at it. I wasn't mad
Right.
at it then, and I'm not mad at it now. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll be mad if he wins this year. I'll be mad.
You'll
And
be
the
mad if he
reason
wins this year?
I'll be mad if he wins this year.
Wow.
And the reason why I'll
He
be
could have
mad,
won it. He could have won it last year, Moose. He
I'll be
put up
mad
the
if he wins
numbers.
this year. I'll be mad if he wins this year, bro.
I think it should be Shea, man. I think Shea
I'll be
should
mad
win.
if he wins this year because it's like y'all moving the goalposts. I won't be mad at him. I'll be mad at the process of the MVP. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm.
was kind of mad at the process last year. I felt like okay, everybody wanted Jokic to be the MVP until Embiid kicked and cried for it, and then because Embiid kicked and cried for it, they gave the MVP to Embiid. I didn't like that. Just the same way I didn't like when Jokic got it that 2022 season.
Mm.
I kind of felt like it could have went to Giannis, but I felt like the people had voters fatigue for Giannis. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
just weird. Like y'all changed the criteria every year. It used to be the best player on the best team unless somebody had a legendary historic season.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
It
And
always
that's kind
goes
of
to
what Gilbert and that's kind of what Gilbert was saying on Nightcap last night. And I feel him because that is true. It used to be best player on best team unless you're having a historical legendary season. You know what I mean?
those. Okay, so now I got to be Tatum then.
I
Tatum
mean,
number
like,
one, right?
but look, nobody's been talking about Tatum for MVP.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
You know what I
Why
mean? Like
he's
you
not
don't
in
even hear
the?
guys like Edwards get no love for MVP. His team has been top three in the West the entire year. He's had to play without a Rudy Gobert. He's had to
Mhm.
play without a Cat. He's had to play without a Nas Reed. You know what I mean? At different parts of the season, you don't never hear Edwards in the top five, top seven. You don't hear Jason Tatum in the top five, top seven. You know what I mean?
That's crazy though. Not for him not to be the top voting
Think
in
about it.
MVP is crazy.
All you hear is like Giannis and Joker, but you hear those names by default. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like okay,
Giannis, Joker, Shea, and really what I'm hearing.
you know what I mean. So it's like,
Yeah,
man, the whole MVP voting process to me is a flawed process, bro. I don't like it at all, man. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like come up with something and stick to that. Come up with a criteria for MVP and stick to that.
Facts.
Or let our eyes be the judge. Let us watch somebody and be like, sometimes like you'll be able to like watch an entire season and you can just point like 2012 LeBron James. You just know that's the MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
got
2014, like, okay, it was arguable KD, LeBron James, but if you look at KD towards the end of that season, you could look and be like, yeah,
mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant's the MVP. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
What about Luca? What about Luca? Luca's
Luka
deserving.
deserves a lot of love for MVP too.
Luke, man, we gotta think, man. Luca been putting up these numbers since he came up, man.
You know what I mean? Luka doesn't. There's a lot of guys that don't get the love from the media, and I just don't understand. Like, what is y'all criteria for MVP? Like, is it
But
most valuable player to their team? Is it
right,
most valuable player in throughout the league? Is it the best player on the best team? Is it the guy that you guys have the best relationship with? Is it the
right,
best story and the best narrative? Like, what is it, bro? Because every year it keeps changing and y'all don't tell us what it is. What's the criteria? And it's really
facts.
the media messing up the NBA awards game, bro. It's really
Yeah,
the media, bro. They really pick their favorites. They pick guys that they're fans of instead of just picking a criteria and judging people based off the criteria. And I don't like that stuff at all, bro. Because look at
yeah,
Anthony
that's a
Davis.
fact.
Anthony Davis has been one of the best defensive players of this generation. Matter of fact, Anthony Davis has been the best defensive player of this generation. How many Defensive Player of the Year awards does Anthony Davis have?
This, I don't think he has one, right? Does
He
he
don't
have
got
one?
none, bro.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
can't
See?
explain that to me.
Yeah, that's
You can't
crazy.
explain that Anthony Davis has no Defensive Player of the Year awards, but Rudy Gobert is going to somehow end up with four. But
Mm,
every time I'm watching Rudy Gobert in the playoffs, the thing that he gets an award for becomes his weakness in the playoffs.
yeah, that's crazy.
Like, come on, bro.
I think, I
Where's
think,
all this
Rudy, I
coming
think
from,
Rudy
bro?
was getting it because them Utah teams, they were in the top seeding in the West and all that.
Like, come on,
But they
bro.
would get
Those were
bounced
like
out
those were
though.
like pity awards, bro.
They
He was
would get
crying
bounced
to make
out.
the All-Star game. He was crying for awards. That's why people call him soft. People don't call him soft because he's French or he's European. People call him soft because he did all that crying for them awards and All-Star games.
They
That's
got
why
him,
people call
bro.
him
They got
soft.
him number 9 in MVP right now.
Who?
Rudy Gobert.
In MVP or defensive player?
No, MVP. He's
You
number
got to
9.
be kidding me. He's
Yep.
top 10 in MVP?
Yep. It's Jokic, Luca, Giannis, Shea, Tatum, Sabonis, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, and LeBron.
Bro, that's disgusting, bro. That's
That's
disgusting,
crazy.
bro.
He averages 13 and 12.
That's
You could
disgusting.
round it up to 13, but yeah.
That is disgusting, bro.
But the defensive player of the year, bro, he's not the league leader in blocks, which is crazy. He used to be. Wemby's the leading in blocks.
Now, if Wemby, I'll say this: if Wemby was playing on a better team, he would get a Defensive Player of the Year award in his rookie year.
Shit, he may get it this year, bro.
I don't think they're going to give it to him because of the Spurs record. Spurs got one of the worst records in the NBA. I don't think they give an award to somebody who has
Yeah.
the worst records in the NBA.
Shit, they gonna give it to Rudy then, bro, because his team is
But
top.
yeah, that's my point. Like you're gonna have a
They
guy like
gonna give
Rudy
it to Rudy.
Gobert. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a guy like Rudy Gobert with 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. So when you look back on history, you're gonna be like, oh, this guy needs to be in the Hall of Fame because he got 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. But when you look at
Hmm.
the eye test, this is not a Hall of Fame player. He didn't deserve the Defensive Player of the Year awards that he got. And you got
Yeah.
somebody who like Anthony Davis, who guards the perimeter, who guards the interior, who blocks shots, who gets steals, who rebounds, and he's the best defensive player of this generation, and he's gonna walk away from the game maybe never having won a Defensive Player of the Year award, and that's a goddamn shame, bro.
All right.
That's a goddamn shame. But every time you watch a basketball game, you realize who the best defensive player out there is. It's Anthony
Mm.
Davis. And it's crazy because starting from next year on, he's not going to even have a chance to do that because the media hype is going to be around Wemby. And Wemby's going to start getting the Defensive Player of the Year award every year. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, I already see it coming. Like, so it's like the media really got the game messed up, bro. And I don't like the fact that the media has so much control over player awards and the way the history books will be written at the end of the day, bro. I don't really like that. I feel like GMs, coaches, and NBA players should be the only deciding factor when it comes to NBA awards, bro.
Yeah, you got a point, bro. You got
You
a
know what I
point on that.
mean? And
Yeah.
former NBA players, like former NBA players, coaches, and GMs. Those guys should be the guys that pick NBA award winners, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not even GMs, because GMs could be corrupted because contracts depend on awards and stuff. They might not want to pay a guy, so they won't vote for him. Something like that. No, coaches and players, bro. Coaches and players, because they the ones that's on the court. They out in the field. They out seeing this firsthand, bro. So coaches and players, in my opinion, should be the one voting on NBA awards, man. But that's just my opinion, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know
You
what I
got a
mean?
point, my brother. I feel you on that.
But
But yeah.
back to that original point, like Gilbert Arenas, like I see where he coming from, but he took it way left field, bro.
Yeah. By saying 40 years, that's crazy.
I don't even think we got
That's
enough.
crazy. Cause
I don't even
he
think we got
shits
enough
on the
time to go do
80s.
the MVPs of the last 40 years and dissect.
Nah.
We'll be on stream for hours and hours.
We'll be on stream for hours. But the thing is, he shits on the 80s. He shits on the 90s. So it's like I don't know anymore what Gil's talking about. I don't even know. He be just saying stuff. That's a bad take, man. 40 years, he's the worst one. It's because he's European. You know how Gil feels about the Europeans, bro. You know that.
It could. I don't know, bro. It could be, bro. It
Nah,
could be.
he be cooking the Europeans on his show, man. Him and Brandon Jennings be going back and forth.
I
Yep.
mean, you know what I mean. He had the thing with Giannis over the summer. You know what I mean. I don't know. He might be trying to start a thing with Joker. You know what I mean? But I feel like he went too far. I
Mm-hmm.
do feel like he went too far saying the worst in 40 years. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Rudy's number
Steve
one,
Nash
bro.
did win two.
Yeah,
Steve Nash did win two when Kobe should have been winning those MVPs.
Kobe and Shaq.
You know what I mean? Like,
And Shaq is mad to this day.
come
Shaq is
on,
pissed to this day, man. He be
come
saying.
on.
And Steve Nash knows, man. But Steve Nash, bro, he was playing great, but come on, man. Them two dudes is putting up 30, man. Yeah. We can have a whole Kobe stream another time, bro.
That's crazy.
There's a lot I could say about Kobe.
But yeah, man, I mean, that I don't know, man. I feel
Uh-huh.
like Gilbert Arenas went too far, but who knows, man? We're gonna keep an eye on that. We'll see what shakes out of that because that got a lot of people's feathers in a bunch, man. Another thing
Hmm.
that got a lot of people's feathers in a bunch is this thing with the Clippers. The Clippers are spiraling. You know what I mean? James Harden in his last 3 games, 11 points, 6 points, and 6 points. They asked Paul George about James Harden's what can he do to get out this slump. Paul George talking about I'm not the coach. Don't ask me. I don't know. I feel like the media is trying to cause this rift between Paul George and James Harden. Paul George is not happy
Hmm.
with his situation in LA. We could be going through another LA Clipper meltdown as the playoffs approach, man. How do you feel about the how do
Man,
you feel
the
about the Clippers,
Clippers,
bro?
man. I don't trust the Clippers, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust James Harden, bro. I don't. I do not trust that guy. And I mean, they got a good squad on paper, but can they get it done? That's the question. And I don't see it, man. I don't see them going to the Western Conference Finals, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
How far do you see him going in this postseason, bro?
Second round.
Ooh,
The best
ooh.
that they could do, Western Conference, but they not winning.
Man, I don't
That's
even see
that's
him
the
going that
best.
far, bro.
That's the best that they could do. I mean, we
Uh,
just got to be honest. The best they could do is go to the Western Conference.
you're right. I don't even see him going
Now
that far.
my take, what I feel, second round exit. But if you want to say what's their potential best that they could do, Western Conference.
Man,
But
well,
in
we
in
shall
order
see.
to do that, you would have to knock out the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, they're gonna have to face the Denver Nuggets or the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? In the
can
second
they beat the
round,
Timberwolves in the 7 game series?
I don't think they can.
Can they beat the Thunder in the 7 game series?
Yeah, I think they can, but
Okay,
will they? I don't know.
can they beat the Nuggets
I don't think they
seven
can,
game series? Bro, even the Lakers, we got their number, bro.
bro. I don't think they can, bro. I
We
think it's a
got we
wrap.
got the Clippers numbers, and they talking the Clipper fan nation. They talking about the Mavericks. I don't even think they could beat the
Hell
Mavericks.
no. Hell no.
Luca got smoked for them.
Hell no. And it looks like Kawhi Leonard's not playing the next 2 games. So is keep an eye on his injury. I said like I didn't mean no harm on him when I said this, bro. But I said like it's that time of the year where I said it a few
Mm-hmm.
streams ago. It's that time of the year where Kawhi Leonard miraculously ends up hurt. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't,
if he gets hurt again, Moose, you got to scrap that team, bro.
bro.
You got to
He about
scrap
to
it,
miss
bro.
the next 2 games. So is
Yeah.
it precautionary or is this something bigger than that? We're gonna find out. We're gonna keep a close eye on that because there's a real situation brewing in
Mm-hmm.
LA with those Clippers, man, and it could get real ugly real fast, bro.
Hey, Moose, can them boys beat the Suns?
The Clippers,
Yeah,
they definitely can, but will they? That's another thing, bro.
yeah, that's another thing.
That's another question, bro.
So
That's
where
another
where
question.
you got them? Where you got them?
The Clippers,
Yeah. What's your take on how they could do in the playoffs? What you
if
see?
they play, if they play, if they play the Pelicans, that's the only way they make it to the second round.
Mm.
If they don't play the Pelicans, they're a first round exit.
Who first? You got them first round?
First round exit.
Wow. Damn. Okay.
I think Paul George is ready to check out.
Mm-hmm.
I think James Harden is in prime playoff mode already. Like I said, the last 3 games he's had 11 points, 6 points, and 6 points. Kawhi Leonard,
Uh.
he's in prime. He's in prime Kawhi Leonard mode. Injured, you know what I mean. So you know what I mean. These guys been stressing Ty Lue out for the whole year. You know what I mean.
They gonna end up getting him fired, bro.
And it's crazy. He don't deserve it at all. He don't deserve none of this, man.
No, he don't deserve that.
He don't
Anybody in the
deserve it.
backstage move?
Nah.
Nah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're
Hey.
gonna end up wrapping up episode 8 for now, bro. Closing this thing out, man. Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to everybody that hit that subscribe button. Everybody that liked the video. Everybody that tuned in, commented, all of that, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Episode 8. Kinda ran later than I wanted it to run, man. That's my fault. But you know what I
It's
mean? We're
all
gonna be
good.
back. We're gonna be back tomorrow at an earlier time. And like I said, we got to keep an eye on that situation with Paul George, James Harden, and the Los Angeles Clippers, my brother. But
Yeah,
once
that's a
again, I had
fact.
a beautiful time with my brother from another mother, So Crazy TV. Shout out to So Crazy TV. Go subscribe to So Crazy TV. And like I said, it's yours truly, Moosetalkshoops. If you ain't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know it's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them, man. I might be doing a stream on my channel later on, So Crazy TV. So I'm gonna hit you on the back end. You know what I
What kind
mean?
of stream?
I'll let you know. I'll shoot you a text or I'll give you a phone call. You know what I mean?
All right, for
And
sure.
see if you can join me on one of my videos later on, bro. But we're gonna chop it up. That's a wrap for episode 8 of the Underrated and Hated podcast. Man, be sure to tune into all our episodes. The playlist is up on my channel. If you missed
all the previous episodes of the Underrated and Hated podcast. You can watch them there. I appreciate all the support we've been getting, and I know my brother from another mother, Sokrazytv, appreciates it as well, man. Any
Yeah, I
last words,
appreciate
my
y'all.
man?
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came through, man. All the channels. I'm a casual, True the King, Daniel Sports, G Money, everybody that showed up, man.
Shout out to
Appreciate
you,
y'all.
Terry. I see you. I see
And
you. Shout
Terry
out to you,
too.
man.
And shout out to you, man. Everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. And this is a family, man. If you want to hop on the stream, just click the link, hop on. We could chop it up. We had a classic stream yesterday. Classic, man. But yeah, I appreciate everybody, man. We're gonna be back, man.
All right, man. Make sure y'all keep them notifications turned on. Once again, that is a wrap on episode 8 of the Underrated and Hated podcast, man. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, and we're going to be giving you that heat, man. Peace and love, family.
For sure. Peace and love.